Hey there, this is David, and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd Chapter. Last time, Lionheart, or whatever the hell his name is, he flew away on that dragon, and Agate got attacked, he's all injured, and the army came in and started attacking the dragon, but we couldn't do anything about it, so, yeah, here we are. What are you doing? Does this have something to do with your stupid bracer grudge? Not in the slightest. That monster wasn't even scratched by rounds from a combat vessel. What do you intend to do that cannons can't? Well, courage and recklessness are different things. I'm sure you all saw the damage to bows in Ravune. This has, in essence, become a war. Leave the bread to the bakers, Mrs. Bright. If this is a war, the professionals will handle it. And if you want my advice, you're better off searching for Ouroboros' center of command. You're kidding. Agate? Take it easy, okay? I just finished patching you up. You're the heavy blade Agate, yes? Cassius tells me you're quite an active young bracer. I don't care what the old man said. General, listen. Leave the bread to the bakers, war to the professionals? You seriously saying that? Of course I'm serious. Unlike bracers who exist only to protect private citizens, we must protect the country as a whole. You must protect liberal soil and those who live upon it. The army is the only instrument that can. Ha! Protect liberal soil and those who live upon it, huh? Don't make me laugh! Whoa, Agate! Calm down! You're always too late! You idiots move like slugs! You just worry about keeping everyone in step! You can't do shit without orders! You even protect the things that you say that you will! And you can't do it now, and you didn't do it 10 years ago! I wonder, who the hell could leave it to you? This time gotta protect Misha myself. Agate! Is he okay? He doesn't seem to have reopened his wounds. He's simply exhausted, physically and mentally. He was making an even bigger fuss than usual. For now, he needs to rest in his own bed. His home is in Ravune. My ship can take him that far at least. Thanks. But wait a minute. How do you know Agate's house is in Ravune? I remembered that I met him once before. The little boy from that day has grown quite a bit. What day? It was immediately after the 100 Days' War. The day the memorial to his sister and the other villagers was erected. Do we get a cutscene or a flashback? That would be nice. But, no. Unfortunately, not today. We do get a quick jump back to the village, though, so I guess that's something. I shouldn't complain too much. Yeah, that locked house from before? Agate's house, if you couldn't figure that one out. Oh, and Tita's playing nurse. I see. What a mess. Miss Bright, General, Sir, I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble. No, in the end we couldn't stop the dragon's rampage. I'm sorry we weren't much of help, really. You've no reason to disparage yourself, Miss Bright. Even with the dragon still on the loose, you've proven indispensable in the aid that you've given others. You successfully evacuated the market, and Mr. Krosner's firefighting efforts were marvelous. Only you bracers could have responded so quickly. I have to admit, General, it feels a little strange to hear you say that, but about Agate. Is it true that during the war his little sister was... Yeah. Liberal's forces in the Imperial Army were fighting on the village's outskirts. During the battle, some Erebonian incendiary rounds hit the village. Ultimately, some of the homes were burnt and some of the villagers lost their lives. One of them was Misha Krosner. To be honest, I heard a little bit about this, but Agate never seemed remotely interested in talking about it though, so I never brought it up. Now I understand. In a way, the Royal Army is culpable for that entire incident. The defensive line we established to protect the village ended up doing little more than drawing the firefighting into it. The end result was large portions of the village being laid waste. And the order to establish the defensive line came from my desk. You can very easily say that the blood of those people is on my hands. General, sir, please, you don't need to blame yourself. The Royal Army was doing their duty, that's all. The whole thing was just a tragedy built on several coincidences colliding. No, Ryzen, you needn't make excuses for me. Those sort of justifications hold no meaning for those who lost family. Those like that red-haired young man. Well, after the battle, I attended the funeral for the village's dead as a representative of the army. I still clearly remember the eyes of one particular red-haired young man in attendance. Bottomless sadness, twisted by rage. Eyes such as I've never seen before or since. And I was the one responsible for giving him such eyes. No, that isn't true. Agate never blamed the Erebonians or the Royal Army, or even you, General. The person that he blamed was himself. What do you mean? All I know is from what I observed, but Agate always seemed to blame himself in some way for Misha's death. It wasn't even remotely true, of course, but he convinced himself that it was. And then, after practically torturing himself over what happened, he left the village. He wanted to search for an answer, to find a way to make up for Misha. I always thought his time as a street thug in Rouen was because of that, because he never found his answer. He did eventually get his head screwed back on and began walking the path of a bracer, but I don't think he ever truly found the answer that he sought. He's still trapped by that same sadness, that same anger at himself. How terrible. Hey, General, are you sure that us bracers help against the dragon? We definitely have some strong points that the army doesn't. We're smaller so we can respond faster, and we're closer to the civilian population. It's a bit easier for us to go to the places where the army has trouble getting to. I know we could help if you'd let us. Now that I've heard all this, I think Agate became a bracer because he thought there was potential in those abilities, the potential to find a way to make peace with his sister. I think I can understand now why Agate became a bracer when Dad invited him. Dad became a bracer when he lost Mom after all. So to prove the potential of bracers, and more than anything, to help the people in need around me, I want to do everything that I possibly can, so please, let us help you. Beautifully said, Estelle. Yes, nicely said. I wonder, had bracers been in Bose 10 years ago, could it all have been? It's nothing. Cassius is swamped with other duties, so I'll be taking command of army operations against the dragon. I need to head back to the Haken Gate and hold council over our next moves. I'll take your suggestion under advisement. So, then, don't be hasty. I merely said that I'd take it under advisement. I'll contact your guild house tonight with the results of our deliberations. That's all that I can promise. Right, we understand. We'll be on pins and needles for the response, General. I must pardon myself here, then. Ryzen, thanks for your hospitality. No, please, come by any time. Huh. So Agate blames himself for his sister's death. That's pretty heavy stuff. Yeah, so Agate's gonna stay here. We need to head back to Bose. Yeah. And I guess Tita's gonna stay with him. But we should check in on them. Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, well, I'm sure he will. Yeah. That's true. A dragon's nothing compared to that war 10 years ago. Whew. Well, yeah, let's talk to some people. Okay. Yeah, we do need to head back to Bose. How are you doing? The loveliest smile. She dearly loved Agate, but she was just as strong-willed and stubborn as a brother, perhaps even more so. When she set her mind on something, she was the type who never let it go until she damn well made it happen. I sometimes can't help but wonder what the future would have held for her. I think she would have been head of the orchards by now, if only. First things first, let's just head over here to Agate's house, see how he's doing. Estelle! Hey, Tita. How's Agate doing? He's still asleep, but his face looks a lot better, so I think that he'll be okay as long as he gets a lot of rest. I see. So this is Agate's house, huh? It's small, but it's warm and comfortable. Yeah, every reeg exudes warmth. This is where he lived with his sister then. Hey! This photograph. Hey, look at that. Yeah. Well, it's obvious who the girl is. Yeah, they do kind of look close, you know. They look alike, too, like brother and sister really should. Yeah, okay, so 14 and 12? Maybe he was a prankster back then. It looks like he would probably be a prankster, an interesting kid. Yeah, definitely. Still, though, why did Agate keep quiet about his sister? He kept talking about her as if she was alive. Yeah, but if you think about it, Agate never said that Misha was alive. He said that he comes back to visit, and I bet that he meant that he visits her grave. Now that you mention it, yeah. He still should have known that we had the wrong idea about it, though. Why wouldn't he correct us? I don't know, but Agate said that once work calmed down a bit, he'd introduce us all. I think that he was going to tell us then. That's right. I bet that's it. Well, we can ask him later what he intended, but Tita, we need to head back to Bo's guild house soon. So? Okay, yeah. So, Estelle, you don't need to say anything, Tita. You're gonna say that you want to stay behind and take care of Agate, right? Underestimate me at your own peril, my little Tita. I can read the inside of your mind like a picture book. It's a big sister thing. Huh, we got the rest handled, Tita. Oh, my little Tita. All you need to do now is focus on mending your raven's broken wings. Estelle, everyone, thank you so much. Oh, you don't need to thank us. There's only one thing I'll ask you to do. When Agate wakes up, tell him what we just told you, okay? Oh, you mean the stuff about the bracers and the army working together? Yeah. Also, I want you to stop Agate from trying anything reckless, physically if necessary. And you're not to let him out of his bed until he's fully healed. You got it? Yeah, I'll do my best. Estelle, everyone, be careful, okay? That's sweet. So that's all we can do here. There is one more somewhat interesting piece of dialogue that we can get. I don't know why I went this way. Ugh, screw it. I'll just go down this way. Yeah. But if you go back inside the inn over here and talk to her, I heard Agate was injured and had to be carried back home. And I thought I saw a little girl coming out of his house a bit ago. Who is that? She almost reminds me of... Yeah. So if you're ever wondering why Agate and Tita have this kind of special bond or special relationship, it's because she looks so similar to Misha. Right then, let's get back to Bose before the sun sets. We'll probably hear back from the general tonight, so we better hurry back to the guild house. Sounds good to me. And another thing, if you're curious, they keep on talking about the ravens, and they're alluding to Agate as a raven. That was the name of the gang that he used to be a part of back in, I think it was Rouen, and we met those gang members earlier, way back in like chapter 2 or something, and that's why they were calling him the Raven. Sounds like you kids have had a workout. Still, to think Agate's past was that terrible. Sadly, it makes sense in some ways. Hearing this finally assembles all the pieces of the puzzle for me. It's no wonder Agate felt the way that he did back then. It was 10 years ago. Practically the day after the war ended, Agate came to the mayor's house. You mean to your house, Maybelle? Yeah, he barged in with murder in his eyes, and he came face to face with my father, the mayor at the time. He demanded to know why the mayor of Bose, the man responsible for the entire region, he demanded to know why he had abandoned Ravune. I was just a child at the time, and it got to me when I saw him arguing with father for seemingly no reason. So I leapt out and slapped him. Oh man. I can see why he doesn't like remembering that, at least. Yeah, though ultimately, Father never answered Agate's question. He did say that he was going to send financial aid to help repairs, but Agate grew even more livid when he heard that. He even raised his fist to strike Father, but then, he just left without throwing a blow. So that's what happened. That's why the air between you two seemed kinda weird. Yeah, it's always hovered over us like a cloud. Still, to think Agate's sister died in the war, I've been terribly unfair to him. He bears a bit of responsibility, too, for not saying anything. You don't need to worry about it, Maybelle. I suppose, but how badly is Agate hurt? Don't worry, it's not too bad. He'll be up and sturdy again in 2 or 3 days. Well, let's be thankful for small mercies, at least. Yeah, I'm glad that it's not that serious. That reminds me, Maybelle, how's Lila doing? Well, her injuries have been treated, but she hasn't come out of her coma yet. Oh. How despicable of our supposedly lion-hearted fugitive. Lovely, refined ladies such as Lila are treasures that ennoble the world simply by existing. Ha! I'll tell Lila you said that when she awakens. On the subject of good news, I'm glad to hear that General Morgan came to your aid. If the guild and the army were to truly work together, I'm convinced no force in the world could stop you. Nothing's been decided yet, so we can't make any promises, but just between you, me, and the desk, we'll make it work. Oh, it's the phone ringing again. This phone, it looks like a stoplight to me. It really does. Like, every time I look at it, it looks like a stoplight. So, I don't know if it's just me that looks like a traffic light, but, you know, I'm just saying. So what's the word? The Royal Army's going to execute a plan to capture the dragon tomorrow using airships. They say they want you on one of the airships as observers. They're going to use airships? Whoa! Taking the battle to our foe in this element, then. And with the elite of the liberally and military. Well, if we're just observers, we won't be able to actually do anything. Even so, I'm still grateful for a chance to get a closer look at the dragon. And it might just be up to us if the army fails somehow. No rest for the weary then, huh? I'm up for it. Ha, at last, some light at the end of the tunnel. Whoa, what's going on? Maybelle, you alright? Yeah, it was nothing. You look dizzy enough to be a toy top, Mayor. You must be exhausted. I know what Estelle just said, Mayor, but don't strain yourself. Don't worry, really. I'm hardly straining myself. During the 100 Days' War, Father did everything he could to protect Bose. One time, he even conducted extremely dangerous negotiations in order to deceive the Imperial Army. Compared to what he did, this is nothing. Everyone, please take care of things. Please, dispel the fear that haunts the people of Bose and Ravune. Leave it to us. Okay, well, at least she's confident that she can do something about this dragon. Hey, Agate! Agate, come on! Hey, you looking forward to your birthday? I've got a present that I'm sure will make you super duper happy. Something I'll like, huh? You gonna make something tasty for me? What? No! Why would you think of food when I mention a birthday present? Presents should be things that last, you know? Something you treasure forever. You really think so? Something that'll last and that I'll treasure. Maybe a hunting knife or something? You just got a hunting knife from the village elder, dummy. The answer is an accessory, handmade by yours truly. But it's not done yet. Hey, an accessory? Like, what kind of accessory? I'm not a girl, you know. Come on, Agate, you're so boring. Even boys can be stylish and cute if they have some kind of accessory. If you have one, Agate, even a stick in the mud like you will get all the ladies. Come on, knock it off. Do you really not want it? You've always taken care of me, so I wanted to give something back. I've been working really hard to make it, but if it's really not something that you'd like, just don't make it too cute or flashy, okay? And don't worry, it's simple but cool. It'll fit you perfectly, Agate, I promise. Especially since you're so tall. It'll be perfect, I bet. Yeah, I get it. You've got me all curious now, so just make it good, okay? I will. I just want to say thank you so much for always being my big brother. That's sweet. Nothing wrong with accessories on, guys. I wear my ring and my cross, you know. A dream, huh? This is... yeah, this should be good. Misha? Agate! Oh, thank Adios you're awake! Short stuff. How are your injuries? Do you feel okay? Yeah, this is no... Ooh, he doesn't look good. Don't move, you need to sleep. Your wounds aren't healed at all yet. Come on, stuff like this ain't a big deal that he'll find even if you ignore him. No! I promised Estelle, I promised that I wouldn't let you out of bed until you were better. Hey, no, I get it already. Huh, getting all worked up over a bunch of scratches. Holy crap, it's nighttime already. Where the heck is everyone? They went back to the city for a while. They made some kind of promise with the General Morgan, I think. A promise with Morgan? I see. They got Morgan moving, did they? The guild ought to be hearing from the army right about now in that case. Well, hell, I can't just stay here is what I want to say. But on the other hand, it is pretty late tonight. We'll get out to Bose tomorrow morning. But, look, I've had a good long rest. I'm seriously feeling better. These really are just scratches. They'll heal up even if I'm working hard. I'm fine, don't worry. You're sure you're not forcing yourself? Hey, give the veteran bracer a little bit of credit here. I ain't so crazy as to go overboard and stuff like dragons with the society twice. I can't keep putting you in danger either. The point is, I'm sure I don't have the guts to anger my scary little nursemaid. Trust me a little here. I guess you do look a lot better, though. I told you, didn't I? I know my limits better than anyone. That's good. Hey, what's wrong? I said I'm okay, really. I swear to the goddess, I ain't lying. No, that's not it. I'm so relieved. It's just so... Oh, poor Tita. Come on, short stuff. Calm down. I get it. I'm sorry, Tita. I guess I made you worry pretty bad, huh? After charging off alone, I got broken like a twig in a fight I have no chance of winning. And then on top of that, I made you do that crazy thing to protect me. Yeah, Agate, you dummy. You're the one who ran over to guard him. Agate didn't make you do anything, Tita. If anyone's the dummy, you are. Just saying. I was so worried and I saw you get hurt and... You're right. I really am a complete idiot. Poor Agate. He's sweet. I like how they're showing like a softer side of Agate. He's not all just, rough and gruff and, alpha male all the time. Feel a bit calmer now? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry like that. You sure know how to shock a guy, you know that? The whole thing just sent shivers down my spine, way worse than when I fought that silver-haired idiot. Yeah. Agate, are you hungry? I made some soup with some things the village elder left. Oh, that's what smelled so good. Right on. Wait, hold on. Why is the kitchen... What's wrong? What's different? Let me look. You've got to be kidding me. There's a few spots that are a little different, but it looks just like it did back then. And there's something like this, too. I'm amazed it survived. Alright, I'm probably losing you, aren't I? My place actually burned down 10 years ago. One of those incendiary shells from the Imperials hit it dead on. It caught fire instantly and burned down straight to the foundation. I've heard the village elder was his usual nutty self and had it rebuilt, but I didn't think that they'd try to put the furniture and decorations back together even. I never could bring myself to come in here before. I guess I really got to tell them thanks, given how much they did. So then, that's when Misha... Secret's out, huh? She was making a present for my birthday. It was a handmade accessory of some kind that she thought that would look good on me. We were fleeing for the mountains, and she ran back to the house to get it, and that's when the house was hit. When they finally pulled her out, she was burned pretty badly. And even after everything she suffered, she still had that present clutched in her hands. The metal parts were hopelessly melted, but the stones were still okay. Take a look. It's pretty. They ain't even septium. Ain't even valuable. Just some pretty rocks. Probably something that she found down by the river. I've lost count of the number of times I've thought, all for this? Funny though, you know, I can't blame her or get angry at her for it. I never intended for it to be a memento of her. When I left the village, though, it was the only thing that I couldn't part with, even when I became a raven down Rouen. Pretty pathetic for a thug, right? No, not at all. No, it's pretty damn pathetic. Long as I could hold on to this, I could also hold on to my anger. My anger at myself, my anger at the worthless, spineless son of a bitch who couldn't even save his own sister. I ended up putting all that pent-up rage in every swing of my sword. So long as I did that, I could at least look like I was keeping it together. A half-baked man trapped by rage and self-deception, unable to move on. It's exactly like that bastard said. And it's worse, ain't it? I'm just a piece of shit who runs away from everything painful. And the thing that I hate most, a goddamn loser of a dog running around with my tail between my legs. I'm pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I don't really understand how you feel, Agate. I don't think I can really try to understand what makes you feel so hurt, but I think that I need to say something in Misha's place. Don't you dare make fun of my big brother. You don't know the first thing about what makes my brother such a good guy. I know my brother better than anyone else. I will let anyone talk badly about my brother, even if it's you yourself. I might not measure up to Misha, but I still know a lot of good things about you, Agate, and so it makes me so sad to hear you say such bad things about yourself. It made me angry despite not really understanding what you meant, and... Oh man, busting at the lecture sounding exactly like Misha. You sure are acting all grown up, short stuff. Don't treat me like a kid! I'm really sad and really angry. I don't know the first thing about myself, huh? You really hit it on the head. Oh? Thanks, Tita. You really helped me see it. There ain't no point in trying to judge yourself when all you can see is your own limited vision of yourself. All you really can do is plow on. Anger, sadness, neither have anything to do with it. You just have to go straight on till you find the answer. Maybe then I'll finally understand why I've held on to this thing for so long. I wonder if we're going to get that accessory in his inventory, if it's going to, be part of our equipment now. That would be kind of interesting. Oh, I like this. They're kind of, the construction workers are up there rebuilding the market. That's a nice touch. They even have pallets of wood and shingles and stuff down there. Really nice touch. Love the details. So the market's already being repaired? That's wonderful. They certainly got to it quickly. It only happened yesterday. Yeah, Maybelle's throwing herself into it. She already sent aid to Ravune as well. Everyone's doing their best, even though through their fear. I've heard word from Grancel as well, and Grandmother has issued a proclamation. She stated that the government will respond immediately to the threat of the dragon and will send aid to the affected areas. That's our queen! Awesome! Ha! I can think of certain lords and ministers of Erebonia who could stand to learn from such an example. They're far more interested in attending fancy parties than addressing the concerns of the citizenry. Ironically, I could say a lot of the same for the Republic. Half the times, our politicians seem to spend so much time dancing around each other that they never actually get anything done. Well, it may help that we're such a small country. Regardless, preparations for the plan against the dragon should be almost complete. Time to go see what the Royal Army can do then. Should we just head for the landing port, I guess, right? Yeah, scheduled to depart at 10. And it's about 9 now, so we have some time to pick up some supplies. Okay. Yeah, it could be kind of difficult to buy the stuff, but the markets are still open for business, and you can buy the stuff in the hotels if you need to. And we're going to do that next time on Let's Play Legend Heroes Trails in the Sky 2nd Chapter. This has been David. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.